welcome to Sister Tales. Today we're at Cathedral Basilica. It's a Catholic church in St. Louis that has the most mosaics in the world.
Isn't that crazy? And it's right here in St. Louis.
Today we have a special guest, our dad.
I was wondering if you're going to introduce me. Yeah, this church was pretty incredible. We've lived in St. Louis for a long time, and Liz and I had never been here before.
Yeah, it has so many mosaics. It's really crazy.
They're like in the main hall. I don't know if that's what it's called, but that's what I think of it as, the main hall. Then the pews are really long, and on the sides they're like love seat pews, like as wide as a love seat, and it's like 2-person pews.
They're really cute and tiny. I think my favorite mosaic is, well, Dad hasn't shown it yet, but it's the apostles surrounded by fire on Pentecost.
Yeah, I think that was at the clip in the beginning, and they'll be up here later too.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, in this room, you saw that red stuff on the ceiling. I learned later from talking to somebody that those are the hats of the cardinals. When a cardinal dies, I guess from the St. Louis area.
Not a cardinal, the baseball
cardinal
player.
baseball.
The office in the church. They hang the cardinal's hat up in that room and just let it decay.
Ew.
Isn't that so weird?
A lot of these statues were pretty incredible too, I thought.
Yeah.
I don't know if we show it, but there's downstairs, then there's this room with all these names on plaques on the wall, and inside the wall are the dead priests.
Oh yeah, like a catacomb down there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think that's in the video, but yeah, that's pretty interesting too. That's pretty common for Catholic churches to have saints buried in the base, in the foundation there.
I really like all the stained glass too.
Yeah, it was really beautiful. My favorite statue is this one, the Pieta, I think it is. It's a copy, but it's Mary holding Jesus.
Now this one here, look at, all those red tiles, all the ones, they're all incredible.
They're
but just
all really
all that
tiny.
red was incredible to see together.
When we were there, we got the pleasure of hearing the choir, and it's so beautiful. Like, their voices echo throughout the whole church, since there's not very many closed doors. And the church is gigantic, so everywhere you are in the church, you can hear it.
There's my favorite mosaic. Why don't we listen to the choir for a little bit?
I also really liked that mosaic. It's the 12 apostles and their names in, I think it's Latin and Greek, and it's really beautiful.
We're not quite sure what this chair is for, but it's really pretty marble, and it's a really pretty work of craftsmanship.
It was interesting, these side chapels too. There were a number of chapels in the basilica, and this is one of them where they were actually, we couldn't actually go in there. There were people praying and stuff, but you could go there anytime and pray, which is pretty incredible.
Downstairs, dun dun dun.
To the Mosaic Museum.
Yeah, it was cool. There's a museum down here about how the cathedral was decorated and the history of the church.
There's a chair.
It's really interesting. Like down here, the walls are all like roughly hewn, and it doesn't really look that pretty. But the outside and the upper levels are so beautiful. It was just a really big contrast.
I know Mirth will probably contradict me on this, but it looks like there's a dungeon down there.
It was a storage cupboard.
It looks like a dungeon. Like, it's like stone walls, and it's behind this shelf. And there's barred windows and a barred door.
There's not a window.
Yes, there was a window.
So do you think either of you have the patience to make a mosaic that's that big?
No.
Not that big.
No.
And look at these guys up on scaffolding. Like, you can see how sweaty they are doing all this work.
No.
So crazy.
Could you? It's like color
Not by
by
myself.
number.
Yeah, sure. It'd be really difficult.
Meredith, why don't you tell us about mosaics since you wrote a paragraph on it?
So how you make mosaics is it's just like little tiny pieces of rock, and it's sometimes they use stained glass too. So during this case, they glue it to paper and then lay it down on
You can see some of the
concrete.
layers there.
Yeah, and then they have to very carefully bring it up to the ceiling and paste it on there with more concrete. It just sounds so tedious.
That's crazy.
Yeah. And they had to like piece it all together too.
No, we're back upstairs.
What did you think about these kneelers? I guess you've never been to a church service where you have to stand up and kneel and stand up and kneel and sit down.
Like, yeah, they're like underneath the pews and you fold them out and kneel on them. They're not the most comfortable thing.
And we're back outside.
Woohoo!
This concludes our tour of the
Cathedral
Basilica.
Basilica.
Yeah.
Those were gigantic doors.
They were
There was
so
3,
heavy.
and it was just a humongous building. It's really beautiful.
Yeah.
There we are. Hi, us.
Walking along the sidewalk.
But I don't know if we showed, but there's a cross on the very tippy top. Just a golden cross. Bye. Thanks for watching our visit to the Basilica. Click here to subscribe and click here if you want to watch Meredith's painting video. It's a time-lapse of her painting a picture she calls Paradise Island, which is another form of art just like mosaics.
Yeah. And click here to see our art museum video one called Slam.